Hey everybody, I figured that I would go live on here and talk about this because if you're doing my bootcamp challenge group right now, you have probably changed your diet and you're eating more food, and you're eating more food that could possibly be making you gassy than you're used to. But other people that aren't in my boot camp or challenge group may also be having the same issue. So I figured I'd share and then download it and I'll post it in the challenge group. Because the challenge group is in this super cool challenge tracker app. So I can't do live videos in there. Maybe that will change at some point. But okay, so let's chat a little bit about gas and being bloated. So most of my challengers are eating a lot more protein and a lot more vegetables than they previously had been eating. And they're also probably detoxing, or I know they're detoxing, unless they weren't eating any sugar before, which I'm sure we were all, most of my challengers were eating sugar before this particular challenge. Processed sugar, I should say, because we're definitely eating fruit. But there is going to be a little bit of a detox going on when you start eating really clean, and that's what we're doing. So we're eating a lot of protein, vegetables, some carbs, and some fruit. Not like a whole lot of those things. We're eating healthy fats. And when you're detoxing a little bit, your body's getting used to all the extra fiber and your body's getting used to all of the extra protein, you definitely have more gas than you had previously had in your, the diet that you were coming from. So your body has to have a little time to get used to it, to get used to all the extra fiber and to get used to all the extra protein. Reconnect. Okay. It just said I was reconnecting. All right, I'm back. So, one thing, you're just getting used to it, right? Okay. So the next thing is if you're drinking something from our performance line that has whey or casein in it, which our post-workout drink has that in it. Some people have a dairy sensitivity that they don't know that they have. And that can make them extra gassy. So I use something, actually, I take something before I take my recovery, before I take my protein. And I know there are also vegan formulas out there. We just don't have a vegan one yet, but I know there are vegan formulas. So that could work for you. But if you're having like a sensitivity to dairy, then you may want to consider using some sort of a digestive enzyme. So this is what I'm taking now. I just got it at we have this store called Sprouts. It's kind of like Whole Foods. And this one is called Dairy Assist. And I take this before I drink my protein shake after my workout. And I don't have any issues. It just helps to break down the lactose is what's going on. And I just take one. There are also other there's so many versions of this, but this one works for me. And I'm sure you can find this on Amazon as well. Enzymatica Dairy Assist, the #1 selling enzyme brand. All right, now let me get into a little bit of what I learned by being in this test group with a bunch of other coaches. And we are working with the trainer for the program that I just finished and that I'm doing all over again right now. So she had, this specific trainer had a whole journey herself with having some food sensitivities. So let me back up. Let's get into what, we'll talk about food sensitivities causing gas and bloating and discomfort for sure. But let's talk about protein. Protein, and especially if your body's not used to having a lot of protein, it can cause extra gas more than you're used to. And let's all admit that gas is normal, right? This is a normal thing. We have to gas is normal, but it's embarrassing when it's super smelly, right? I mean, before I knew that I had a lactose issue, that I was sensitive to lactose, I remember waiting tables, you guys, and like taking an order and then passing gas and running away, hoping that they didn't know that it was me, and it like trailing me, following me, and it was like the worst smelling egg sulfurous gas ever. Not cool. Once I realized I had a dairy thing, I stopped having dairy in my cereal. I don't even eat cereal anymore for breakfast, but when I did, I switched over to almond milk, and I didn't have that problem anymore. So, okay, gas is normal, is what I'm saying. But there are things that we can do to have less of it, and there are things that we can do to also not have smelly gas. There are things that cause coffee actually can create smelly gas. Did you know that? All right, so protein. What kind of protein are you eating if you're having a lot of gas? If you're having a lot of red meat, that's harder to digest, can cause more gas and bloating. So you might want to switch to more fish, more eggs, maybe poultry protein that's just lighter and easier to digest. Then let's talk about veggies. What kind of veggies are you eating? Are you eating them raw or are you eating them cooked? If you're eating a ton of raw veggies and you're not used to that, you're definitely going to be having some extra gas that you're not used to, and maybe little intestinal discomfort. So it's easier to digest all the veggies if they're cooked, but eating raw veggies is also really great for you, and it's easy to just grab them and go, right? I love raw veggies. So the ones that are a little harder to digest, especially raw, are broccoli, cauliflower, Brussels sprouts, and then some that even when they're cooked, they can cause some issues, but asparagus, artichokes, cabbage, cucumbers, green peppers, onions, radishes, celery, and carrots. They can produce more gas than the other vegetables. So take that into consideration, especially if you're eating those particular vegetables raw, they may cause more discomfort. So those vegetables, if you have issues with that, I'd let your body take a few days to get used to eating more vegetables, but if you have issues with with it for like longer than a week or two, then I would eat these particular vegetables cooked. So it was broccoli, cauliflower, Brussels sprouts, asparagus, artichokes, I already said broccoli, cabbage, cucumbers, green peppers, onions, radishes, celery, and carrots. So fruit that is more on the gassy side, actually apples, peaches, bananas, apricots, pears, prunes. Those are more gassy fruits. And if you are eating a lot of complex whole grains for the first time in a long time, or you're adding them back into your diet, that can also cause more gas, and maybe you want to add them in a little bit more slowly into your diet. Carbonated drinks can cause gas, carbonation. So if you're drinking a lot of soda water, that could be a culprit with bloating and some gas. And dairy is often a culprit for gas. And sorbitol, which is in a lot of gum, it's like a sugar substitute, that can cause gas. Sorbitol can. So you might want to look at like your mints, your sugar-free stuff that you might suck on. Hard candies and lozenges. All of that causes you to swallow more air and have more saliva. The more saliva you're swallowing can cause bloating and gas, actually. So like chewing gum can cause more gas for you. Postnasal drip can cause more gas for you. If you got dentures and they don't fit very well, you're swallowing more, all this crazy stuff. Anything where you're taking in more saliva, think of it that way, I guess, can cause more gas. So there you go. Beans, if you pre-soak them though, they are less gassy. So you pre-soak them and then you get rid of the water that they soaked in, and that will make beans less gas causing for you. Okay, another thing that can cause bloating, gas, uncomfortable intestinal feeling is stress, which it was a big, I had never heard that before. So stress can actually cause parts of your body to shut down that it feels like it doesn't need. And one of those parts is that it shuts down is it keeps your body from producing digestive enzymes when you're really stressed out, or, you know, going a lot or not getting enough sleep. Anything that's really putting a lot of stress on you can cause you to go into the mode where your body just, it has to survive, so it has to cut some stuff out. And one of the first things it cuts out can be you're producing digestive enzymes. So you're not digesting your food as well as you should be or could be. And also when you start to pay attention to really taking care of yourself and really pay attention to your nutrition, you might notice that you're just paying attention to your body more. So you may discover that there are certain foods that you feel like may cause you more gas. And that might be because you have a food sensitivity to that particular food. Not necessarily that food is like gas causing, but that you're sensitive to it. Your body is sensitive to that food, so it's giving you gas. I've never been tested for food sensitivities. I know you can get a blood test for that, and I think there's another test you can get done, like more of a scratch test possibly. There are different ways to get tested for it, so just talk to your doctor about it. You might have to see a naturopath. I'm not positive, but if anyone has information on that, comment away. Or if they've had any good experience getting tested for food sensitivities. So yeah, what else do I have to say to you? Chewing your food. If you eat really fast and you're not actually chewing it completely, because digestion starts in our mouth. So you want to chew your food, like really chew it. Because if you're not chewing it completely before you swallow it, it's harder for your body to break. It's harder for your body to break it down, and it's going to cause more gas. So chew your food. Make sure you're taking your time and really being conscious of what you're doing when you're eating. I know a lot of us watch TV. Reading something I feel like isn't quite as bad, but like if you're just completely zoned out while you're eating, you're probably not chewing your food. Mastication. It's a fun word, right? Okay. I think I covered all of that. There are some enzymes that are different than this dairy assist that I've heard about, that some of the coaches are taking. You want to watch something? Yeah. You look sleepy. Okay, so come here for a sec. There's one called Digest Gold is a brand. You can get these on Amazon, and probably get all these on Amazon, but I think that one's a little more on the expensive side, but maybe it's better. I don't know. There's the most advanced is what it's called, Digest Gold Most Advanced. That's what the trainer uses for the program that I've been doing right now. That works really well for her after she discovered that she has a whole lot of food sensitivities. And that's been helping to heal her gut and helping her. She hasn't had any issues with gas. Has been able to absorb all of her nutrients from the food that she's eating with that particular enzyme. It's called Digest Gold. I know that a lot of the essential oil companies out there, like Young Living and doTERRA, that they sell their own enzymes. They're probably made with essential oils. I love essential oils, so look into that. If you have a friend that is a representative for one of those companies, ask them about the enzymes, if they have any enzyme supplements that they sell, because they have gotten a good reputation from the other coaches that I worked with in this test group. And I have a picture. Oh, it's on my phone. I'm using my phone right now. Someone else suggested another one from Amazon that's a little less expensive than that Digest Gold, and it's working really well for them. They haven't had any issues with gas since they started taking it. So sometimes we just need a little extra help breaking down our food. and then, you know, you take it for a couple weeks and then try eating your regular diet without them, see how it goes. You know, try to stay away from the more gassy causing vegetables, eat, you know, more protein that is not as hard to digest, because the red meat is pretty hard to digest. Pay attention to what seems to cause gas for you. Maybe you need to start a food diary. Yeah, I think that's it. You know, consider that if you're really stressed, that could be causing gas for you, because you're not breaking your food down properly. You want to watch something. I think you need a nap. You seem so tired.
No, I don't.
Okay.
I don't need a nap.
So I hope this is helpful.
Mommy,
Let me know if you had any experience. Okay, I hear you. Let me know if you have any experiences that you want to share. Please comment, share away. That's what Facebook's for helping each other out, sharing the love. Okay. I will see you guys later, and let me know if you start doing some of these things and they work for you. I'd love to know as well. All right, here's to us all being less stinky. Bye.